I call to order the regular meeting of the Lakewood City Council of July 8th, 2013. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Murphy?
Here.
Ellen? Here. Wickman? Quinn?
Here.
King? Wilson? Barraway?
Here.
Johnson? Paul? Coop?
Here.
Royball?
Here.
You have a quorum.
Thank you. As always, I want to welcome everyone who chose to take part in their local government by joining us here in City Council chambers or following us online or watching us at home. I want to say a special hello to a couple of youngsters who are participating in art camp and have taken an interest in local government. It's Emma and Mackenzie Hughes. So if you two are watching, hello to you, and come visit us. Please, at this time, turn off any audible devices, cell phones, pagers, and rise for the Pledge of Allegiance and remain standing for a moment of silent prayer. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Please be seated. Will the clerk please read item 4 into the record?
Item 4, Proclamation, Lakewood Arts Council.
And as I come down to the podium, I would ask Barb Bennick, Christina Taylor, and Warner Reeser to join me. All right. Councilor Barraway.
Proclamation declaring July 8th Lakewood Arts Council Day. Whereas in 1987, then Mayor Linda Shaw requested through the city's Community Resources Department and longstanding community volunteer Barbara Tubiska to search out options for creating an arts group to serve the multiple needs of Lakewood. And whereas, as a result, in 1988, the Lakewood Arts Council was designated by the City Council as the official arts organization of Lakewood. And whereas in the early 1990s, the Sculpture in the Park program led by the Lakewood Arts Council placed 4 sculptures in parks in Lakewood. And whereas in 1997, the Lakewood Arts Council, supported by the city, formed Arts Bridge, showcasing and supporting the arts in Lakewood. And whereas in 2000, the Lakewood Arts Council was instrumental in the formation of the Lakewood Cultural Center, where the council continues to hold an annual juried exhibition. And whereas in 2003, the South Union Gallery was opened, later renamed the Lakewood Art Council's Community Arts Center and Gallery. The facility serves as a place for the community to gather, learn about, and enjoy the arts. It also serves as Lakewood Arts Council's office and as co-op gallery for member artists. And whereas, in celebration of the 25th anniversary of the Lakewood Arts Council's formation, the City Council wishes to recognize all that the Lakewood Arts Council has done for the residents of Lakewood. Now therefore be it resolved on behalf of the City Council and the people of the City of Lakewood, Colorado, I, Bob Murphy, Mayor of the City of Lakewood, Colorado, by virtue of the authority vested in me, do hereby proclaim July 8th, 2013 as Lakewood Arts Council Day in the City of Lakewood, given under my hand and sealed at the City of Lakewood this 8th day of July 2000 AD. Bob Murphy, Mayor.
You know, it gives me great pleasure to award this proclamation. And, you know, we have a thriving arts community in Lakewood right now because of the work that the council does. And I have to go back to a couple of names back to the 1980s. Barb was mentioned in the proclamation. And Barb, as I understand, is camping right now and couldn't join us, so good for her. But certainly we want to mention Kathy Burrows. We lost Kathy a few months ago, and Barb and Kathy were just the foundation of the Lakewood Arts Council's formation back in the 1980s. I believe Dick is out of town as well, too, right now. But we certainly want to remember Kathy during this very important moment. So it's a great pleasure to present you with this proclamation.
Thank you so much. I want to thank the council and the mayor for this honor. It's been 25 years, and we're ready to go on to the next 25. And we would like to invite you to our next event, it's open to the public, potluck picnic this Sunday. So you're welcome to join us.
And you want to give the details, the time?
Oh, it's from 1 to 3 p.m. at the Addenbrook Park. and bring a dish and come meet us and learn more about who we are. And we hope to see you then.
Well, thank you again.
Thank you.
My agenda here. Next is public comment, and this is the point in the meeting where the public is invited to address council on items that do not appear on the agenda. We ask that all comments be addressed to City Council, and as always, observe the decorum of City Council chambers and refrain from audible applause, support, or discord with the speaker. There is a 3-minute time limit, and as you come down here, you'll see the light is green. When it turns yellow, 2.5 minutes have been reached, and 30 seconds later it will turn red, at which time we would ask you to wrap up your comments. So I'll first go through the names who have indicated a desire to speak by signing up on the roster, and then call on anyone else in chambers who wants to speak, again, on non-agenda items. There are 3 names. We'll start with Debbie Jones. Oh, thank you.
My name is Debbie Jones. My family has lived in Lakewood since 1965, and I have been a Ward 4 resident since 2001. Before I begin, I have just a quick question for council members. How many of you play or know how to play pool or billiards? Just a show of hands real quick. Okay, thank you. Currently, Lakewood has a billiards and pool facility at the Clement Center. It is one of the best facilities in the county, if not the metro area. On May 13th, several city staff members met with the pool players to inform them that the city was closing side pockets at the Clement Center in mid-August. The city will argue that they're not closing side pockets, but merely moving it. Currently, this facility for the seniors has 5 pool tables, a refrigerator, microwave, coffee maker, storage area, and restroom. The city has proposed moving 2 tables and providing a restroom and a storage area. Allegedly, this May meeting was to determine what the pool players needed, but it clearly sounds as if the staff has already made that decision for the pool players. During the meeting, the staff said that they might be able to squeeze 3 pool tables in. The reason I asked if you had played pool, you must know you can't squeeze pool tables together. The city plans to relocate the Lakewood Rides program into the Side Pockets building, and we have no argument with Lakewood Rides wanting to consolidate their operation. We do take issue with the way the city has handled the situation and at the expense of a different senior community. The city has money to remodel the Side Pockets building. They have money to rearrange the Side Pocket or the Clement Center lobby after Lakewood Rides moves out. But they state they don't have money to provide a comparable setup at a new location. When we asked about knocking down a wall to provide more room for more than 2 tables, there was no money for that. Besides, we're told other activities in that building are expanding and are more important, again, to the detriment of the Side Pockets senior community. There are too many concerns and issues to cover in the 3 minutes that are allocated for public comment. We're asking for a council member to take an interest and meet with this Side Pockets senior community, possibly Councilman Coop, since Side Pockets is in Ward 2. I have always been proud of how the city operates and how they have explained their positions. After listening to the presentations, I understood and agreed with many of those decisions. Not all, but many of them. But I have to say I am deeply disappointed at how the city has handled this situation. The Side Pockets senior community, many who are wartime veterans, feel like they have been kicked in the teeth and kicked to the curb. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Ms. Jones. Eloy, come on down.
Hello, Mr. Mayor, staff, everybody. I guess good news travels fast, so everybody knows I'm leaving this wonderful city of Lakewood.
It's not good news.
I just wanted to say thank you guys for everything that you guys have done for me. I've lived in this city for 18 years. I love this place, but we made a decision to help out my mother-in-law. Those of you who have met my wife knows that she made the decision for me. So what she says, I just do. Like I said, I've lived here for 18, 19 years, love this place. It was a hard decision for us to make, to leave this place, but we have to do what we have to do for family. So we're moving on, but my son is going to take over our place now, and hopefully I could get him to get involved in stuff. 80 or 85% of the volunteer stuff we do is in this city, and we're not going to stop doing that. We're going to keep doing it. We're just going to add some stuff in Littleton. But I just wanted to say thank you to everybody for everything that you've done, and I am very honored to be a member of this community for so long. Thank you.
You know, I'm going to dispense with the usual here, and ask council, anyone on council who wants to make a comment. I had a chance to visit with Eloy privately right before the meeting and thanked him for his many contributions, his friendship, and wished him well. So with that, I'll turn it over to Diana.
Eloy, I just want to say we're really going to miss you. I enjoy having you at our ward meetings, and it's very refreshing to somebody who's fun and down to earth. And I wish you the best in Littleton, but I hope I still see you around Lakewood a lot.
And having worked with your wife a full day at the Action Center's beautiful junk sale, I know that she made that decision for you. But we're gonna miss both of you. You've both been fire plugs in our city. You've just been spark plugs would be a better word, actually. You really know how to get the job done, and we appreciate all that you do for everybody in our community. And a lot of it people don't know that you're doing, and we do appreciate that very much. We're gonna miss you. Thank you for your service as well on the Advisory Commission for Inclusive Community. I know that they're gonna miss you as well. Thank you.
Eloy, I remember you reached out to Diana and I think it was 3 or 4 years ago, and said, what can I do for the city? How can I get involved? And it's been a real pleasure knowing you over the last few years, and I wish you luck. And you're going to be missed.
Thank you. Good luck. And I know we will see you around town, for sure. Thanks, Eloy. Betty Boyd.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor, council members. My name is Betty Boyd. I am a resident of Ward 4 at 12527 West Arizona Place, and I'm also a candidate for City Council in Ward 4. I chair the Colorado Community Living Advisory Group. It's a governor's appointment, and the group has the charge to plan for the future delivery of long-term services for the aging and people with disabilities. Many of the seniors who currently do not receive services are not even thinking about that time in the future, but the committee is trying to be prepared for the large number of seniors coming in who will be needing more services. The goal of these services is to have the people who are affected live as independently as possible in the community for as long as possible. In that capacity, I had the opportunity to attend the 4th annual Jefferson County Summit on the Aging on, I think it was the 24th of June or thereabouts. And I realized that several weeks ago you had a great presentation by the Seniors Resource Center on the gray tsunami that we are facing. We know that Jefferson County and Lakewood have the fastest growing population of aging people, especially those over 90. So I was very pleased in attending that event to see Lakewood well represented. There were informational tables for senior programs for the Clements Center and for the senior rides, the transportation system. So I was really pleased to see that the city of Lakewood was participating with the county and looking ahead. I know that that they were talking about the services available now, but there will be a lot more that will be needed in the future. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else in chambers wish to comment on any non-agenda item? All right, with that, I will close public comment. Any comments or questions from council? Okay. Oh, thank you. I do want to recognize we have a Boy Scout in the audience here, and I had the chance to greet you at the door, but you're working on your citizenship badge, I understand. If you could just stand up and tell us your name and troop number and what school you go to. Which home school? Okay, and it's Aaron? All right, well, welcome. Thanks for coming out tonight. All right, next is the consent agenda. The use of the consent agenda has been made to expedite council action. It contains tonight just resolutions. Resolutions are items of a routine nature, and members of the public will have an opportunity in a moment to comment on any of the proposed resolutions. Any council member may request an item on the consent agenda be removed for separate discussion and action under general business. Will the clerk please read the items on the consent agenda into the record?
The consent agenda consists of items 6 through 12 inclusive. Item 6, Resolution 2013-34, approving the Public Art Master Plan as an amendment to the Lakewood Comprehensive Plan. Item 7, Resolution 2013-35, accepting a special warranty deed from Tebow Superstore LLC, conveying a parcel needed for right-of-way at the northwest corner of Sheridan Boulevard and West Colfax Avenue. Item 8, Resolution 2013-36, accepting temporary and permanent easements from Solterra LLC for access, installation, and maintenance for a warning siren in the Rooney Valley. Item 9, Resolution 2013-37, accepting a treasurer's deed from Jefferson County conveying a parcel of land needed to clear title for use as stormwater drainage. Item 10, Resolution 2013-38, authorizing condemnation of property interests across 200 Union Boulevard for the 260 Union Boulevard Pedestrian Access Improvements Project. Item 11, accepting the minutes of the Advisory Commission for an Inclusive Communities Full Commission meeting of May 15, 2013. And item 12, approving the minutes of the regular City Council meeting of June 24, 2013.
Thank you. Before I open up public comment, I do want to recognize several members of the Public Arts Master Plan Steering Committee who are with us tonight. I see George Valek, Bill Marino, Karen Harrison, I know was here. She's right in front of me wearing blue. How could I miss it? I'm not sure if Judy is here. Judy King. I think I need to get my prescriptions checked. Anyway, thank you all very, very much for your work on that. With that, I will open public comment on any item on the consent agenda. We had one person signed up. I'm sorry, we have two people signed up. Kevin Ritchie, 501 South Cherry Street, Denver, Colorado.
Mayor Murphy, City Council. I'm the Vice President of Colorado Operations for Crown West Realty. We represent the owner of 200 Union. And I wanted to talk with you this evening about item 10, Resolution 2013-38. What we'd like to do is, first of all, give you an understanding of who we are. We bought the property in 2008. Since then, we've put about $3 million of improvements into the property. We love the location. We're a strong advocate of the pedestrian walkway that's been designed, and we've discussed at length. And we've been negotiating with the city since early this year on a memorandum of agreement. We've made some real progress here in the last couple of weeks. 2 weeks ago, we sent our red line comments of the memorandum back to the city with an agreement on the settlement amount, which is about $100,000. That's well below what our appraisal came in at, but we thought this was the best way to begin to move forward. So there's not any issues on the monetary settlement. There's non-monetary issues, a handful of them, about 7, that are being discussed within different departments of the city right now. We have a scheduled meeting for 2:30 tomorrow with the city and the right-of-way agent to see how we can work through those 7 last issues that are outstanding. With that in mind, I'm confident in the near future we're going to have some sort of agreement in regards to the pedestrian walkway through our property. With that being said, we're hoping that the City Council would consider looking at this resolution at a later date to see if there's something we can work out with the city.
Thank you, Mr. Ritchie. Barbara Neal, 800 Pearl Street, Denver. Oh, good.
Mr. Mayor and council members, I think I signed the wrong paper. I was the consultant for the Public Art Master Plan, and of course I'm extremely biased about the first resolution.
You signed the right paper.
All right then. But thank you very much for your consideration.
And thank you for your help with this effort. All right, that exhausts the list of names that indicated desire to speak on the consent agenda by signing up on the roster. Anyone else? All right, with that, I will close public comment. I'm ready for a motion on the consent agenda.
Mayor Murphy, I move for the approval of the council minutes for acceptance of the minutes of boards and commissions. Order all ordinances introduced on first reading to be published in the Denver Post with public hearing set for the date included in the ordinance, and for adoption of resolutions, all of which are included in the consent agenda items introduced into the record by the city clerk.
Second.
Any questions or comments on the consent agenda? If not, please cast your votes. And it passes unanimously 10-0. Mr. Ritchie, thank you for your comments. We know that you've been involved in the connectivity study for a long period of time. You mentioned the amount that was settled on, and it was lower than your appraisal. It was also significantly higher than the original appraisal, and that's the way these deals work. This connectivity is very important to us, that particular pathway there. We have a grant for a Hawk signal that's very important to the safety of our residents there in Ward 1 and Ward 4, and we simply want to get this moving forward. So I'm confident as you are that to be able to work through those non-monetary issues very, very quickly. So thank you for your comments. There are no second reading ordinances. Any general business?
None.
Executive report, Ms. Hodson.
Yes, sir. Thank you. I'm excited to be able to show you a commendation that Lakewood recently was awarded entitled Mixed Use in the Suburbs. For the design of Belmar. And Councillor Quinn attended the conference. So with your permission, we're going to tag team my executive report. And I'm going to show the award, and Councillor Quinn's going to tell you about it.
Thank you. Yes, this was quite an honor for Lakewood. I attended the International Making Cities Livable Conference in Portland in June, and Rob Smetana from City Planning staff was also present. We had a very nice display regarding Belmar in the mixed-use category, and the judges involved in selecting the projects for this year were experts in planning and architecture from throughout the world, from Europe, the United States, eminent professors and architects and others. So it was really quite an honor. And actually, at one of the luncheons, I had the opportunity to sit with Dr. Ellen Dunham Jones, who actually included a chapter in her book on Belmar. Her book is called Retrofitting Suburbia, I believe. So it's a very interesting conference and quite an honor to receive this award. Topics that were discussed there included everything from redesigning, retrofitting our modern suburbs here in the United States to how an architect in Italy went about completely redesigning and changing an existing slum in Palermo, Sicily. That was probably one of the most interesting presentations of the entire conference was how they went about taking this slum and making it into a livable place. But a lot of the lessons drawn from the conference certainly are directly applicable here in Lakewood. This is probably one of the best examples of retrofitting suburbia in Colorado and maybe in the country. And Belmar is a great start. We certainly have a lot of other places where we can apply some of these concepts. But again, my congratulations to planning staff for putting this together and for all the work that's gone into Belmar over the years. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, council reports. I just have a quick one. I want to thank Community Resources for kind of taking the lead on the Let's Move Towns and Cities movement. Obviously, the health and wellness is very important to this organization and very important to our community. And this particular effort, led by the First Lady, is really aimed at ingraining those habits early in life and having kids eat well and exercise. So it's something that's really a value in this community. Is, I think, as I said, health and wellness and exercise. So the city will be recognized along with a number of towns and cities throughout the country at an event a couple of days from now. So thank you to Community Resources for really leading that effort. I appreciate it very much. Diana.
I just wanted to say briefly that Councilor Quinn and I had the opportunity to go to Bandimere for the 4th of July. They had a great fireworks show, and just how happy that I am that they're so close to Lakewood and offer such great things to our community.
Cindy.
No report.
Pete.
No report.
Scott.
No report.
Adam.
No report.
Sue. Tom.
Just briefly, particularly for anybody who uses the Bear Creek Greenbelt, there will be you will notice some activity going on in the Greenbelt over the next few weeks. And I've been trying to announce this everywhere to let people know that what's going on is the removal of Russian olive trees, which are an invasive weed species. They crowd out native plant species. They absorb a great deal of water, and they need to be removed. And we actually got some grant funds, I believe, to engage in this operation to remove the Russian olive. So that'll be going on, I believe, throughout the month of July. And so don't be shocked if you see some guys with chainsaws. It's okay. They're not going to cut down the cottonwoods or anything else, just the Russian olives. Just one other brief mention of something. If you haven't had an opportunity to go up to Green Mountain this spring or summer, the wildflowers are still out, unlike last year when they were really never even got a start. This year they are everywhere. The prickly pear are flowering. They're a little hard to find. You kind of got to look back in the canyons a little bit, but there's still a lot of flowers up there. Take the time, go up and look around. Thank you.
Dave?
No report.
Karen?
No report.
Margie, anything? Paul? All right. We are adjourned at 7:27 p.m.